While a lot of you were sleeping last night, the Guardians stayed red hot as they had a big-time comeback win on the road in Anaheim against the Angels in extra innings. So just for starters, this was all Angels early on. Here's a screenshot from the 4th inning where Anaheim was leading 5-0. But to the Guardians' credit, they never gave up. Came back and tied the game at 5. The Angels regained a 6-5 lead, and here we are, top of the 8th inning. Jose Ramirez up at the plate, and this is prime Guards ball.
There it is. I
Left
knew
field.
he was going
That's going to get down. Here comes Kwan. Here's the throw. It is cut off. Throw to second. Not in time there.
That hit tied the game up at 6. Then Mike Trout thought he put the Angels back in front in the bottom of the 8th inning, but Angel Martinez had other plans.
Trout gets into one. Deep center field. Angel Martinez back at the wall. He's got it. Oh, what a catch.
So we head to the extras, tied at 6. The runners on the corners with 1 out, and Jose Ramirez does it again.
Right center field. That's in the alley. That'll go. The wall. Rocchio scores. Here comes Kwan. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe.
Ramirez plugs the gap. 2 runners score, and the Guardians win 8-6 for their largest comeback victory of the season and their largest comeback win in almost an entire year. And there's 2 players I want to talk about here. First, Jose Ramirez, one of the great players in franchise history, went 3 for 6 tonight. All 3 hits were doubles. He had 5 RBI, and he also stole a base, which was his 30th of the season. But not to a guy I didn't talk about who never makes the flashiest plays, but he always shows up, and that's Steven Kwan. 5 for 5 tonight. All 5 of his hits were singles. He also had a walk, so he reached base all 6 plate appearances tonight. That 5th hit for Kwan came in the 10th inning, which is the second career game where Steven Kwan has had 5 hits and he's been on base 6 times. To add to the history, he is the second player in Cleveland franchise history to have a game with at least 5 hits, with all of those being singles and 1 walk. He's the first to do so since 1929. And finally, over the last 40 years, AL batters with at least 5 hits and a walk in a game, Steven Kwan joins this list, and he's the first to do so since 2008. That 5th hit for Kwan came in the 10th inning, which marked the second time in his career that he has had a 5-hit game. But there's more. 2 of the stars for the Guardians came up when they needed it the most, as they've now won 6 straight games, and they are over 500 for the first time since August 2nd. And here's a look at where they currently stand in the AL. Now just 2.5 games behind the White Sox for first place in the AL Central. And if the playoffs started today, they would have that final wildcard spot in the American League, as they are up now a full game on the Rangers. It seems like the Guardians are starting to heat up at the right time, as they have now won 6 in a row and get a big comeback win on the road in California.